mean, we literally just got off the road.
Yeah, that's right. Ashley and I were in Thailand, and we were about 2 miles from the border from Burma. We had traveled here with a group from G Adventures to hike some of the mountain trails and go from village to village. We spent 4 days and 3 nights traveling from one village to another, and in each village we spent the night with a local villager where we would learn about their culture. The 3 cultures that we would learn about were the Red Lahu, the Black Lahu, and the Karen. In traveling from one village to another, we would hike from 3 to about 6 hours each day. We would hike a total of about 16 miles. It was interesting to see how the different communities had adapted to living in the jungle and had learned to rely on its resources for their everyday needs. Depending on the time of year that one comes to this region, you can expect to have a variety of different food types.
So we had our first night stay, and it was quite entertaining with the locals. And what was the name of the village again? The Lahu? Red Lahu. And so today we're making our way through to the next village, which is the Karen. And it should be relatively entertaining. We have about a 10-kilometer or 6-mile hike, and everybody's. Yep, definitely rains a lot. Wow.
One of the activities that we were able to participate in was the planting of the seeds for their next rice harvest. Most of the open views that we had were primarily farmlands, as the rest of the area was a very dense forest. One of the unique aspects about these forests is there tend to be a lot of leeches in certain locations. We had to be diligent as to not get bitten by them as we were crossing through some of the riverbeds. The monks had wrapped cloth around trees that they did not want to have cut down, as they found them to be sacred. Another activity that we participated in was taking some of the brush in the surrounding area and feeding it to some carp that would vigorously attack it as you fed it to them. We really enjoyed the time that we had to spend with the local families, and even got to share a drink with them in the evening as we got ready for bed. On our final day, we made our way to Tham Lod, a 1,666 meter deep cave. It was in this cave that we found some of the most memorable experiences of the entire trip. This was a truly vast cave, and we had to actually use rafts to travel within it to go from one location to another. And there were some magnificent examples of stalactites and stalagmites as we made our way through. There was even an area where there had been some coffins that were a few thousand years old. It was amazing to watch at the opening of this cave as these swallows would come in vast numbers to their nests which they had laid in the cave itself. At the end of our tour, we jumped on a truck and made our way to the Black Lahu for our final night. It was at the Black Lahu that we were shown some of the traditional instruments that were played. Some of the views were truly awe-inspiring as we sat and learned how to weave and play music.
Steady, yeah?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 and 4, yes.
It was really interesting to see how our modern age is influencing these cultures who really have very little exposure to the rest of the world. Our trip to Northern Thailand was well worth the time spent, and I would encourage anybody wanting to experience these types of cultures to put this one on their list of places to visit.